Hi, welcome to your short asana practice for the month of April. Our theme this month is about rooting down, sloughing off, and blooming forward into spring. So in this short practice, we'll just be warming the body up so that you can come into a comfortable position for your Yoga Nidra meditation. So let's start by coming to a comfortable seated position with our hands palms down on the knees. Let your shoulders sink down towards the earth. Close your eyes and just notice your breath. Noticing the quality of your breath today, which nostril is predominant in your breathing. How full your lungs are filling, top to bottom, front to back, and side to side. If it's easier to inhale and let new things in, or easier to exhale and let things go. Noticing the quality of the breath. If it's nice and continuous as you breathe in and out, or if it gets kind of stuck and jumps over places. For the next few breaths, let yourself feel as though you're inhaling deeply into your lungs, filling your lungs with breath. And then as you exhale, exhale down through your sit bones. For the next few breaths, let's breathe from the sit bones to the chest and from the chest to the sit bones. Inhaling deeply, pulling the breath up through our sit bones from the earth, filling the lungs. And exhaling from the lungs back down through the sit bones. And now let's do a few breaths the other direction. Inhale from the crown of your head to the lungs. And exhale from your lungs to the crown of your head. And now see if you can get both streams kind of moving concurrently the whole way through the body. So what I mean by that is, as you inhale, take a breath from the sit bones and from the crown of the head and pull it in. It's going to pass right at the heart and then let it go the other way. So you kind of have two concurrent streams of breath. One coming from your sit bones and moving out the top of your head, and the other coming from the crown of the head and moving down through the sit bones. And just do that with both your inhale and your exhale. And let your breath return to normal. With your hands on your knees, let's make some big circles, starting either direction. Use the inhale for one half of the circle, and the exhale for the other. And then after we complete this circle, let's do the same number in the other direction. And then pause when you get to the top. Then let's go ahead and come down onto our knees starting in a tabletop position. And then let's sit back into child's pose, but reach the arms in front and stay up on the fingertips like your hands are little spider legs. Shrug the shoulders away from the ears, kind of down the back. Press the sit bones down towards your heels. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, walk your hands off the right side of your mat or over to the right, depending on where you're at. Press into the left fingertips so that you press that left sit bone down. And create an equal side stretch in both the left and right side body. So, for example, I feel more side stretch right now in the left side of my body, so I'm going to walk my right hands further out than my left by just a little bit to equalize the stretch in both the left and the right. Take a nice deep inhale and use your next exhale to bring your hands back to center. Elongate with your inhale and then exhale to the left. Take your fingers off to the left side. Press the right sit bone towards the heel. Walk the left fingertips out to create an equal stress or stretch in the left and right side body. Ears are hovering between the arms. And take a nice deep inhale and exhale. Bring the hands back to center. As you inhale, rise up on your knees as you sweep your arms overhead, bringing palms to touch. Exhale, come back down, forehead to the mat as you stack your hands, palms facing up on your sacrum. Continue to move with the breath. Inhale, rise, and exhale. Come back down. A couple more times with the pace of your breath. Feeling that combination of reaching towards the sky like you're a tree reaching for the sun. And as you exhale, come back towards the earth. On your next inhale, bring the arms overhead. And then go ahead and bring them back to the mat. Bring them into that tabletop position, maybe a little further in front, and then let's come into a downward facing dog. Finding your down dog. And maybe bend each knee, walk the dog, or you can take your hips from side to side, wag your tail. And then let's move through a little vinyasa here. As you inhale, go ahead and come forward, bringing your shoulders over your wrist, coming into an upward facing dog. And you might roll the toes over in the back. If you don't want to, that's okay too. And then as you exhale, come into your downward facing dog. Nice and slow at your own pace, continuing that movement between your up dog and your down dog. Giving your toes a little workout as you go. This is a very sticky mat for me, so I have to really work each toe to turn it, which is probably good. It's really good for your toes. Let's pause in our up dog here. Come down to the knees, press back into child's pose. Take a couple breaths there. And then go ahead and come back up on the knees into your downward facing dog. And walk your feet towards your hands. And once you get here, let's kind of enjoy a forward fold for a minute. Rock your hips over your heels, let your head hang heavy. Soften the knees. And then let's take the right foot back like you would for warrior one. That right foot's going to be at a 45-degree angle. Take your left hand, palm up on the small of your back, straighten the front knee, keep it soft. Walk your right fingertips ahead of you, staying on the fingertips. As you inhale, start to rise. Sweep the arm all the way overhead. Let your elbows and shoulders come back. And as you exhale, slowly come back down. Keeping an equal length inhale and exhale. As you rise on the inhales and open up, and gently fold on the exhales. A couple more times. And when you get down to the bottom of that final one, bring both hands on either side of that front foot. And then just gently come down over that front leg. Maybe take your hands and point the fingers toward your back foot, bending the left knee as much or as little as you need. Walk your hands back on either side of that front leg. And let's go ahead and come into a full warrior one. So position the legs. If you need to respace them a little bit to find your warrior one, feel free. The knees over the little toe, kind of the middle to little toe side of that front foot. Bring your arms overhead. Try to kind of roll that back thigh in to square your hips a little more with the front of the mat. Let that heart lift and find stillness here. And exhale, bring your hands to the mat. Let's switch the feet. Bring the right foot in front and take the left foot back, that 90 or that 45-degree angle. Straighten the front knee. Take your right hand, palm facing up to the small of your back or on your sacrum. Walk your left fingertips forward. And as you inhale, start your movement, rising on the inhale and folding deeply on your exhale. Moving to the pace of your breath. And then the last one. Exhaling down. Bring both hands on either side of that front foot. Just a nice gentle forward fold. Maybe bring your hands between, kind of midway between the 2 feet, fingers behind you, or leave them where they're at. Either way. Soften the knee. Bend it a little or a lot. And bring your hands on either side of that front foot. Deeply bend the knee to come into your standard warrior one, maybe more gracefully than I did. If you're feeling a lot of curve in your lower back, take your hand to your low belly and your low back, and then bend that knee a little more than I have it bent. Here we go. Straighten it, and then re-extend the knee, re-extend the arms. Just get a little more straightening in your lower back. Check for your big toe. And use an inhale to bring your arms up and out to the sides as you pivot and face the long side of your mat. Take your tailbone towards the floor. Another way of thinking about that is take the front of your pubic bone and kind of tilt it behind your belly button. Feet are a little bit pigeon-toed. And then let's do a little bit of movement here. As you exhale, bring your right hand down to the floor, midway between the feet, and lift your left hand straight towards the sky. As you inhale, reach your left arm forward like you're going to shake hands with somebody. Let your gaze follow that left hand. As you exhale, bring that left hand back up, look up. And as you inhale, come up. Exhale, left hand to the floor, right arm up. Inhale, reach the right arm forward like you're going to shake hands. Exhale, bring it up. And come up. Let's do that once more to either side. Exhale, right arm down, left arm up. Inhale, look forward, reach forward. Exhale, reach up, look up. And inhale, come up. Exhale, left hand down, right arm up. Inhale, reach forward, look forward. Exhale, reach up, look up. And inhale, come up. Slowly bring your hands to the side. Walk your feet in so they're not quite so far apart. And let's do our heated breath practice here. So this is where we'll fill our breath in thirds, the lower third, the middle third, and the upper third. And which each of those breath movements will move our arms, and we'll breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. When we breathe out, it'll be one large exhale of breath. So it'll look a little like this. We'll fill a third, a third, a third, and then out through the mouth as we kind of, almost like you're throwing a ball behind you, and then come up. Inhale, 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 exhale. So let's do 5 breaths like that, and we'll start together. Take a deep inhale, exhale, and begin. Slowly roll up. Just close your eyes for a minute. Feel the movement of energy that's resulting from that breath all throughout your body. And you're going to open your eyes. And let's go ahead and come down to the mat. We're going to lie down on the mat. And we're going to get a little twisting in here before we start our meditation. So coming down on the mat, we're going to bring our feet to the mat and bring the feet about hip distance apart. And then make a cactus position with your arms on either side of your head, or you can just bring your arms straight out from the shoulders if you'd like. Pick your hips and buttocks up off the mat and just slide them gently to the right. And then pull the knees in towards the heart and let the knees fall to the left as you gaze to the right. And take a few breaths here. If you need to put a bolster under that left knee, you can. But try to let your right shoulder and your left knee both be resting on something, not just floating. And go ahead and inhale the legs back up. Put the feet on the mat. Kind of square your body off again. And then we'll lift our buttocks off the mat and just move them to the left a little bit. Set them down, bring the knees in. And then as you exhale, let the knees drop to the right as you gaze to the left. This is a little tight on your upper back. Angle your knees a little more away from you and down, and that will move the twist lower in your thoracic spine. And a couple more breaths. And go ahead and rock your legs back up, bring your feet to the mat, and square off. And then from here, if you're going to do your meditation, you can make yourself completely comfortable and start your meditation. If you're going to go on about your day, you might just rest for a 5-minute Shavasana before you get up and return to all the activity in life. Whatever you choose to do, I hope you have a lovely rest of your day or evening. Namaste.